Hey, want to see my groceries? Before I get started and sharing everything, I wanted to share really quickly some of the meals that I actually had planned this week. Also, I think I mentioned in my last video how we were like really low on groceries. We were getting to the point where we were like, I always call it, you know, the show Chopped. I always say like we're chopping it because we're like having to go in the pantry and find out what we're actually going to put together to have for a meal. And you know what? That's really not that bad because sometimes you come up with really great meals from that. So anyway, we have been eating through our pantry and our freezers and we're getting really low. We have some stuff, so I tend to take inventory before I go to the grocery store, so I'm not buying a bunch of things. However, I'm also, there's a bunch of different things I'm kind of planning for. So I'm about to have surgery in about a month, and so I'm wanting to prepare some meals, prepare some like easy go-to stuff ahead of time so I can put in the freezer. Also, we have some busy weeks ahead of us with doctor's appointments and stuff like that. So I'm wanting to prepare for that. So I also will be sharing another video of if I do freezer meals, I'll share that. I do plan on doing like a prepare for the week ahead type of thing. So when I film that, I will go ahead and share that too. But anyway, so keep in mind that is also what I bought for like the meal prep for the week ahead type of thing. I'm gonna do probably muffins because my kids really enjoy muffins and I always seem to do muffins. I'll probably do some type of cookie or cupcake or something like that for desserts and snacks throughout the week. On my list, I have egg bites. I have not made those in a really long time, but they're usually a huge hit. So I want to make egg bites to have on hand and then probably also for the freezer. I have on here taquitos, but I don't know if I'm going to get that far. So hopefully I can put some taquitos in the freezer or some type of taco or burrito, something that's really easy for the kids to be able to grab for lunches or a really quick dinner. So I put ham and cheese croissants on here because I had the intentions of buying croissants and ham and cheese and just making individual sandwiches, wrapping them up and putting them in the fridge. But it was really slim pickings in really weird areas in the store today. I'll kind of share a little bit more about that in a minute, but I didn't end up getting croissants. I ended up getting other stuff. So I'm going to be doing sandwiches, but they won't be croissants. I'm going to do breakfast sandwiches, probably egg sandwiches, and I was hoping to do like some chicken sausage or something, but I actually did not find any, and like I said, it was a little odd. I feel like I have to deviate some from my list because it was weird how I wasn't able to find quite a bit of things. So maybe it was just chaotic. It was very busy today, so maybe it was that and I just wasn't finding the stuff I needed. I don't really know, but anyway, so I want to make some type of breakfast sandwich. I want to make curry. I'm planning on doing soup, a couple different soups this week, so that will serve for both of those purposes where we'll have it for dinner, but then we'll also have it like leftovers or easy ones. I usually do freeze soup as well, like if we have leftovers, so if we get that far, that's what I'll end up doing for that. So that is kind of just the make ahead, preparing for the week, stuff like that. For the dinners this week, so on our menu, I have planned tuna casserole. We have turkey gyros, Parmesan chicken, enchiladas, ground beef, and dumplings, and I'll probably put that in the crock pot. I was planning on a pot roast, but they had none, so I won't be doing a pot roast. And then I put broccoli and cheddar soup and probably like some homemade rustic bread. We have had that a lot recently, but it's going over really well, so I'm gonna continue to push it until, you know, they stop eating it. I also have on here BLTs, and that was mostly just a reminder for me that I can, you know, if I have leftover bacon, to do it for lunches or whatever. Sometimes it is easier having it on my list and then being able to see, you know, okay, oh yeah, I bought all the stuff for that. So that's not necessarily a dinner, but just kind of a reminder that if I need something quick, I can make that. Anyway, okay, let me show you what we have bought at the store today. Actually, before we get to that, I want to share, we went to a couple thrift stores, so it is a little quieter here today. My younger two boys are actually at my mom's for the weekend, so they are not here, and because of that, we went and we did some thrift shopping. We kind of wandered around stores, we took our time, we went out to lunch, everything like that. It was a nice leisurely day. And so when we went to the thrift stores, I found just a couple little things, and you know, I just thought I would share. So hold on one sec. I found these pants. I don't even know if you can see them. They're super soft. But when I was in the emergency room, I ended up having to throw away some of my clothes because it just got completely ruined. And so I don't have, I don't know, I feel like I don't have any pants now, or I don't have very many, and I need to kind of buy some. So anyway, I found these. They're just, you know, they tie at the waist. They're probably super comfy, and I got those. I liked that they were brown. I don't have any brown pants, and they're also like linen, so I thought that would be really nice and comfortable for the warmer months that are hopefully gonna be here soon. So I got that. I also got this sweater. I don't have very many. Hold on, let me fix my camera. Okay, so I don't have very many sweaters that are just, you know, not button up and stuff or pullover, and the ones I have, they're just getting so old. I've had them for so long. So I saw this again. It is like a brown, and I thought it was really comfy. I think it can be lightweight too, and I get really cold in the house, so I figured that would be really nice and comfortable to wear whenever I'm cold, or probably mostly around the house. So I got that. And then Kyle found this, and I almost want to say like it's handmade or something. I don't know. Maybe they just altered it. I think that's what it is, because there is a tag on it, but they altered it, and it has an interesting top. So I don't know if they cut that or what, but I'm like, that's kind of cool, and it's probably really comfortable, and I've never really seen anything like it, so I figured I wouldn't be able to see it again. So I hope it looks fine, but it's like this oversized shirt. It has like slits on the side. I don't know. I just thought it's really nice, like soft material. And I just thought maybe it would be really comfy to wear with some leggings or whatever, you know. So anyway, I got that. And then, oh, I also, you know me, I love getting puzzles, and so we always look through the puzzles, and I found this one. Oh my gosh, my phone is blowing up. So anyway, we got this one with all the cats. It is, how many pieces is this? Does this say? Oh, 1,000 pieces. So anyway, I thought it was cute. I like all the vintagey looking puzzles, and they had a couple. I ultimately chose this one just because we have cats, and I don't know, I just thought it was cute. So anyway, that is all I think we got at the thrift store. We went to a whole bunch, but honestly it was really just to kind of wander around and not necessarily to buy anything. So that is what we did. But anyway, let's get to the groceries. I'm going to start over here, and I'm just going to address the elephant in the room. So I know what you're thinking. Did I really need this many eggs? And the short answer is actually yes, I did. So we have none, and so I did need to replenish. I usually will buy one of these boxes whenever we buy groceries. So I did buy one. They were also only $8. So that I was thinking of doing both of them anyway, but when they were $8, I was like sold. So I cannot remember, but if you remember, these were so expensive, like what, a year ago? Maybe not even quite a year ago. Do you remember? They were like close to $30, maybe even more than that. I can't remember, but I remember the whole egg shortage earlier last year, and it's shocking they got that high, but now they're only $8 at my store. And so because we were out, I ended up getting one for that. And then also with all of the stuff that I'm planning on prepping, a lot of it deals with eggs. Like I said, I'm doing like a bunch of those egg bites. I'm doing egg sandwiches, all that kind of stuff. So I figured, you know what, we'll have one for our normal use and then one for all the baking and prepping that I'm going to be doing this coming week. So that is why I got so many eggs, also because they're $8. So I was pretty excited about that. Just the kind of normal stuff. And I do apologize ahead of time because we are getting dark out. So it is, I'm telling you, we have like the worst lighting in the house, and I need to like start investing in some lamps. So bear with me, but we got some lunch meat. I ended up getting turkey because they didn't have the ham that I was looking for those sandwiches. So that is basically for that. We got some bacon. They had the chorizo on sale for $1.50, and my kids really like that for like breakfast. So we got that. We got some ground turkey meats, some more butter. I've had this before, and I've probably shared it before. These ones actually are really good. These are chicken sausage, and it's like an apple flavor. So this one's pretty good. Like I said, I was kind of looking for other ones for my breakfast sandwiches, and they just did not have them. I think the last ones I got were at Aldi, and they were really good, but we didn't go to Aldi today. So that is what we have to deal with, and I know they're good, so it's fine. We got our steak for the week, and it's funny. So now that we have been doing this just about every week since my whole hospital stay, we have been eating steak, and now the kids, they join in, and it's kind of just been a whole thing that we do each Sunday with our kids, and I don't know, it's something that we look forward to. So anyway, they did not have the T-bone ones that we like, so we got a porterhouse one, and that one we kind of just all share. Like I said, we have it with like eggs, and sometimes we'll do potatoes, sometimes we keep it really simple, but we don't eat, you know, a lot of it. So if it's just my husband and I, we have this, and usually we have leftovers. But a lot of times we just have, you know, a couple slices of this and some eggs and maybe potatoes. So anyway, that is for Sunday breakfast. And then I was the chicken threw me off, I'm going to be honest, because I went to buy this chicken like I usually do. And for one, it was really priced all over the place. So I ended up getting one package, but then they had basically like no other chicken that I was looking for. So I ended up settling on this, and I'm hoping that it's going to work for some of the recipes that I was planning on using the other chicken for. I'm sure it will be fine, but it just kind of threw me off because they didn't have like any of the bone in. They didn't have a lot of the stuff that I was looking for. And so it was like I had to switch it up while we were in the store. So I ended up getting some chicken thighs, and they're boneless, skinless, and then boneless, skinless chicken breasts. So we got a package of those. I did not get any ground beef because we do still have that in our freezer, so I didn't need any ground beef. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the meat. And the eggs I already talked about. For baking, we were almost out of flour, so I did get flour. We were almost out of sweet and low, so I got that. We were completely out of sugar, completely out of sugar, so for like half a week now. So we got a small thing of sugar for some reason, and a thing of brown sugar. I think, I can't remember, but I think my recipe for the egg cups, I think, or the egg bites, whatever you want to call them, I think they have cottage cheese in them, so I got cottage cheese for that. This is the yogurt that we buy, sour cream, because we could probably always use sour cream. We're gonna do hopefully a bunch of tacos or some type of burrito or something in the freezer. So I got these small ones, and does it say how many's in here? Oh, 20. So I got the 20 pack, and then for enchiladas this week, I got these ones. These are for the egg sandwiches for the freezer. So I just got the Great Value kind of the English muffins. This is what I ended up getting for those sandwiches instead of the croissants. So I'll just make the sandwich and then I'll cut it in small pieces, kind of like I did for, what was it, the Super Bowl, I think. And then I'll individually wrap these with saran wrap, and that will be perfect. My kids, you know, or husband can go and grab those throughout the week, and it makes a really easy go-to like lunch. So anyway, I'm gonna do that. I didn't post it actually. I went to post I recorded a grocery haul like a week or two ago, and then I never ended up sharing it because there just wasn't a good spot for it. And in there I was discussing how I've been trying a bunch of different kinds of breads. This is the one I'm going to be trying this week. I'm trying to, we have this one. I need to get back on the bandwagon of making our bread. However, I just have so much going on that I have not done that yet. So we got this bread because that is the bread that my husband and my children like to eat. I try to kind of look at ingredients and stuff like that for the breads that I eat. I don't really eat a lot of bread. And the one that I was buying for a little while, I noticed that it started molding within like 2 days of purchasing it. So I stopped buying it, and I've kind of been trying other ones since. This, like I said, is the one that I'm going to try this week. I know I've had this at some point, but anyway, it is 60 calories for one slice. It has 12 grams of carbs, you know, stuff like that. So I was just kind of looking at that kind of stuff and trying to do a little better when I do eat bread. But like I said, I do need to get back on that baking bread bandwagon. Whenever I get up and doing more things, I think that's what I need to be getting back to. We bought another thermometer because ours broke a while ago, and apparently we are just risking it this whole time. So we bought a new one. It's, you know, we kind of grill all year round, but you know, we're going to be doing a lot more of that coming up here soon. So we went ahead and got a new one of those. Our birds are coming back, so I need to put out the feeders, and I'm pretty sure this is the bird seed we get. I couldn't remember, and my son Lincoln, he usually is the one that can remember, but he wasn't with me, so I believe this is the one we get. We get a lot of cardinals and stuff. So anyway, I'm gonna put some of this out into a couple of our bird feeders and see if we can start seeing them again, but we can hear them. So anyway, that is for that. We did not go to Aldi, so I ended up getting this brand of paper towels. And it's funny because my husband, like so long ago, I want to say it was like a couple months ago, he bought the wrong paper towels, and he never heard the end of it with my children, specifically Lincoln, my 8-year-old. So I don't know why they care so much, but they do. And when we ended up buying these, because they were out of the other ones, Lincoln was like, oh my gosh, they're like washcloths. And he was just so smitten with these. So we've kind of been buying them, you know, ever since. And we didn't go to Aldi, so we bought these. And I don't know, just kind of a funny little story. But anyway, we bought toilet paper. They did not, and they have not for a couple of weeks, had dishwasher like the liquid. We don't usually use these pods, but they have not had it, and we are officially out. So we're trying these. Never have tried them before, but yeah, hopefully they're okay. Hopefully they work, and I'm hopeful. Like, I don't know, we don't use the pods, so I've just heard that sometimes they can be bad for your system, so that kind of makes me nervous, but we didn't really have a choice because they did not have any of the liquid. So we bought that. I'm going to give you like 2 seconds to guess how much this tiny thing of Pine Sol was, because I know that it's more expensive and the off-brands, I swear, do not do nearly as good. But I was surprised at how much this tiny one was. I thought the larger one was this price. So, okay, you had a couple of seconds to think about it. It was almost $5. Why is that tiny bottle almost $5 now? So I ended up getting it. I love Pine Sol. I love the smell of it, and I feel like it does help with deterring bugs, and I am not a bug person. So we need Pine Sol because bugs are gonna start coming here soon. Okay, so this says it is a gravity waterer. But I'm hoping that I can unscrew the cap and use it as a food dispenser for our cats. So I have mentioned it a million times that we brought in another cat because he was put out. And I feel like because he was put out, he has some food insecurities. And it's not that he goes and eats just 24/7, but he goes and like sits by the food dish if there's no food in it. And we've always just fed our animals like at certain times throughout the day so they don't get overfed. But we have noticed that if the dish is empty, he will just go and sit by it until we put food in it. And it's not even that he'll eat it. Once we put food in it, then he kind of just walks away. And I don't know if that's like a food insecurity or what. I'm sure he was not used to having food because I think our neighbors had just put him out and did not feed him, did not give him, anything. They were just done with him. And he was outside for a while before we knew and took him in. So anyway, I think he just gets worried when there's no food. And so I got that hoping that would maybe help where there will, hopefully always be food. There wasn't any actual feeder ones. There was only water ones. So I'm hoping if I can just take off the lid of that and it not be like, a dripping lid, I'm hoping that the food will just come out. But anyway, that's why we got that. I got some of these votive candles because we were completely out and I've been using them for something recently. So anyway, I got more of those. I got more deodorant so I don't smell. I got this tiny travel size Head and Shoulders because if you watched my video and I was talking about the rash on my face, with the hormones that I'm taking, it does not really go away. It gets like slightly better throughout the month, but it doesn't disappear completely like it used to do. And I've watched a bunch of videos, I've kind of done a bunch of research, and I'm trying different things. One of the things I came across was Head and Shoulders. I know that this does really well for like body wash. My kids actually use this for body wash and for their hair because it helps with eczema. Well, it helps my kids' eczema. I know it doesn't help everyone's eczema, but it does help for ours. I'm going to make curry because I can't stop thinking about it. And I think I'll probably post it again, but I did post it and I know I had a bunch of questions. It was not spicy. So if you are considering trying it, but you're worried about the spice, it was not a spicy curry at all. It was really, really delicious. And it's something that I have been pretty much obsessed with. So I'm going to make it again now that we have all the ingredients again for it. So I got coconut milk. The green chilies are for something else, but I'll just kind of go through these cans. Tuna. My kids like this Texas Pete hot sauce. We are a huge hot sauce family and just like spicy foods in general. This is a really good one that we've kind of... We try a whole bunch of them, but this is a really good replacement for like Red Hot. So our store was out of it at one point and we switched to this and we actually really like it. So if you like hot sauces, that is a good one to try. We got some tomato sauce just because I know I don't have any. Some spinach, some different cream of soups, chicken and mushroom. I got this Thai red curry paste for the curry. I'm I'm going to make a big thing of chocolate chip cookies for the week, so I got that, some salsa, Italian seasoning, mayo. We got some pasta just to go with various things. So one of the things I think I did mention it when I was talking about it. We don't usually have tuna casserole, so I'm going to be making that. My kids usually pretty much like it, but so I got the noodles for that, but I never buy this. This stuff freaks me out. The whole Velveeta and the whole thing, I don't know why. I've always been really freaked out by the cheese that's on the shelf. So anyway, we got a small one of that, and that is literally just for the tuna casserole. I don't even think I use that whole thing. I feel like I usually buy one smaller, but they didn't have it if they do have it. But anyway, so that's what I got that for. This is for the Thai. These are actually the wrong noodles for it, but these are the only ones that my store has. So I keep buying these. They taste good. I like them. So, but they're not the correct ones, I guess, that I'm supposed to be buying, but they taste good, so it works out. We got some espresso ground coffee for our machine. My husband likes bringing these to work. They're actually really good. I just never usually eat them anymore because he usually has them at work. So he has those. I do love this mix though, the Cajun. It's always one of my favorites, one that we always go back to. So I got that to munch on. Potato chips. We have some mini cucumbers, some mushrooms. We've been buying popcorn because we started flavoring it with like the seasoning that you can shake on, and the kids now want to eat it like every day. We don't usually buy this extra butter kind, but that's actually all they had, so I got a small box to kind of get them through the next few days at least. My husband got these. I think they're basically the same as chicken biscuits, I think is what they're called, but he got those probably for work. We got some oatmeal. The maple brown sugar is one of the few kinds that my kids will actually eat, so I got that. We got more rice. These are for my husband's work. Oh, so we got Oreos. However, hold on, I've been wanting to show you something. I saw these in the store, and I've been working on reducing my sugar and just eating better, and just, you know, trying to reduce things and eat better in all different ways. I saw these at the store a couple weeks ago. They're the 0 sugar Oreos, and I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. They do have double stuffed. However, the double stuffed are more calories. I don't remember how many calories. I know it was more than 100. But for one of the packs, and there's 2 in a pack, so they just have these little packs in here. So 2 of those is 90 calories, and they're 0 sugar. And so anyway, I've been wanting to try these, and and we finally did, but we ended up getting these too, just, you know, in case other people don't like them. But they actually are good. They do not taste too different. You can tell a difference between the Oreos, and they're not as sweet. So I know a lot of people in my family actually do not like things super sweet, and if you're one of those people, you'd probably enjoy these because they're good. They're like an Oreo, just not as sweet. So if you're on a diet, you're trying to do 0 sugar, anything like that, these might be a really good like alternative if you're if you have a sweet tooth and you're trying to not have sugar. You could try these. Like I said, they are sweet, just not nearly as sweet as an Oreo. So I got those, and I kept forgetting that I was wanting to share those with you guys. All right, moving on. So we have lettuce, bananas. We got some broccoli here for the broccoli cheddar soup, some tomatoes, 10-pound bag of potatoes. I got some ginger for the curry, and then I got these matchstick carrot sticks for the soup. I usually chop them up, but I don't think I have any carrots, and I just saw these and grabbed these, so that'll make it easier to just throw in the soup. I also got these, and I've talked about this one in particular before. My daughter, she gets adventurous with, oh, if I could grab it, with ramen, and she likes this. I have no idea how to say it. They have a weird texture. They almost have a texture of like a gummy worm. It's kind of weird, and these ones are pretty spicy, but she likes these. She asks for these, you know, every now and then. So we got those. And then I randomly saw this, and I don't know what that means. It's a Soon veggie noodle soup. So I've never seen that. I have no idea what that means. It looks good. I doubt that's what it looks like, but it does look good. So anyway, we picked that up. I figured either my daughter or maybe my older son will want to try it. Is that it? We, of course, got water. And we did get pellets for our grill. We have 3 grills, and literally all of them were out. We're out of propane, we're out of pellets, and we're out of charcoal. So we just picked one, and we got the pellets for our pellet grill, and that is what we're going to be grilling some chicken this week. We're going to be grilling the steak on Sunday. So we went ahead and just got one, and that is what we will cook our stuff on. But anyway, it's dark now. So I am going to put this all away, and I do have some footage of us in the thrift store. I didn't tape all of it just because I wanted to be able to enjoy myself and, you know, time with my husband. So I didn't tape all of it, but some of the stuff that I thought was, you know, kind of fun and cool, I wanted to share with you guys. So I will put that in after this. But anyway, that is all I have for you today. So I will talk to you later. Bye. These are so cute. Oh, terracotta. Yeah.